Yo, 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 pass me the aux cord.
Back Woody Game Gamer, what's good, man? This is your boy Double O Mello. Are we live or are we live? And I'm back with another video, man. Today, I want to talk about something. It hurts my heart to have to come out with this video because, one, it shouldn't have to be done if you knew the history or the backstory of what I'm about to talk about. As you see on the video right now, man, this is CrackDown 1. This video right now, I'm going to have all three CrackDowns in order. You can see the graphics, the visuals, etc., etc. If you know the background, I played CrackDown 1, 2, and I'm definitely going to get 3. The reason behind that is because I know what I'm getting myself into. It seems like a lot of people right now don't know what they're getting themselves into, or either they just want to throw out hate and keep with the negativity like always. CrackDown is pretty much an open world sandbox game. The game was the first CrackDown 1 was mainly focused on gangs. You go around the city, you do mayhem, you become an agent, which is a superhuman superhero. Jump around the building and collect orbs, which builds up your character's strength, shooting and explosives, and you take down criminal bosses in this sandbox world. CrackDown 2 was the same exact thing, but what had happened with the story, they actually implemented monsters into the mix of the game. So you had different warlords you had to take down, as well as superhuman monsters or aliens that was inside of the ground and all around, scattered around the board. That kind of, and it was still the orbs. That type of mission gameplay kind of threw fans of the first one off, but all in all, it was still it was still a nice game. At the end of the day, it was still the same format as CrackDown 1. It just implemented these weird monsters into the mix. It's kind of like the same thing with Saint Row. Saint Row started coming out with their style of humor, but hood, urban gameplay, and then they veered off to aliens and flying in the air and all this other weird things. It kind of threw people off because it was such a switch. Now with CrackDown 3 coming, it is going. CrackDown 3 is coming. From what I've seen, it's the same exact gameplay. Nothing has changed. It's your superhuman hero that's taking down crime bosses and syndicates all through the daggone game. Same aspect. It's what made all the gamers love the game in the first place. It's just like Prototype, the original Hulk game, which was a dope game. It's an open sand world, and you can do all the mayhem that you want. That's perfect as someone that plays the game. I don't understand why people are coming down on the self-shading, because this game from day one has been self-shaded. Nothing different. It's been the same exact thing. And actually, honestly, CrackDown 3 looks even better with the self-shading. People need to understand, if you have your bad taste, I understand you have your preference of a video game and what a game should be. I get it. But if you have a company that has been pumping out the same exact thing from day one to you, and you can actually see the visual growth as you go with the game, why are you complaining? If you didn't like the first one, you're not going to like the second one, you're not going to like the third one. But for some gamers, like myself, who actually took time, invested in the game, and actually enjoyed themselves in this game, they're going to love CrackDown 3. Now, don't get me wrong.
Good work, Agent.
I've been, watching YouTube. Shout out to the boy Zaire and his crew. I'm not, I'm saying, this ain't no bash, nothing like that. That's not what my channel is about or nothing like that. I'm just giving my opinion on what I've heard. you know, Z was pretty much saying, hey, why didn't they show this at Comic-Con? And the boy Crap Gamer was saying, hey, you know, this part wasn't approved yet, so they could not show it at Comic-Con. And you know, it could have been come off as damage control. We don't know. Once again, everybody is speculating. No one's in the office to say, hey, this is it, this is what it was. But I kind of tend to lean towards CrackDown in that argument due to the fact of this. When the console was allegedly at E3, it was not. It was not playable. No one had got their hands on it. If you look at the video, most people had a glimpse of the actual Xbox One X inside a display case, disassembled, which was a dope, you know, dope display, but it wasn't playable. And this is probably the reason why, because they was not able to get one of the parts approved. And that's, you know, at first I was speculating the bundles for was the reason, but now it comes out that it was actually a part, and that's why the pre-orders haven't been, no one's been able to pre-order yet as well. That a lot of people, but you know, scratch all of them right now, because I've seen a lot of other YouTubers. Y'all need to stop hating on the game. The game is great. The game is a dope. Visually, from what I've seen, it has not steered from its original counterpart, which is mayhem, destruction, environment, and superhuman strength, doing amazing things. They actually added on with it with new guns, etc., etc. Now with the multiplayer, I can say this: Microsoft did drop the ball on this, in my opinion. When it came down to E3 and when before E3, when you guys was at the Microsoft conference, I believe, and they spoke upon and they actually showed the technical side of the destruction of what we was expecting to see, where a building, if you hit it a certain way, it tumbles totally different in the aspect of the game. It's like it doesn't fall the same way. Everybody was surprised, everybody was in denial. People was wondering, is this going to be the next evolution of gaming, etc., etc. Hell, I was even on the bandwagon with the game when I saw that. But Microsoft also said this was not going to be in a single player aspect of the game, which was a letdown, which was like, oh dang, that's kind of jacked up. But to have it in multiplayer, and once again, you're dealing with a multiplayer console, which is Microsoft. They've been focusing on multiplayer their whole career as a gaming company. It made sense. You're going to spend more time in multiplayer than you spend in single player. So why wouldn't I spend my resources on multiplayer? This is not like Sony. Sony are a single player driven company. This is what they're known for. They have great single player games, and then they implement their third party as their multiplayer. Microsoft is the total opposite. They're not good for their single player games. They need to focus on third party more, in my opinion. But they give you multiplayer, which nowadays everybody is focusing on multiplayer for the most part. Majority of the people are playing with their friends online, which is a positive. So if you're going to give me the destructible environment in the single player mode, where I'm mostly going to spend all of my time at and all of my time on your game on, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we have not seen it, and I understand people are saying it maybe won't be as destructible as we think it is. I don't think Phil Spencer himself is going to put his name behind this and then not live up to his quality of a game. We've seen what happened with Scalebound when it comes to that situation. You know, things wasn't going right. It wasn't going how he wanted to go. They put it on the back burner. same way with this game. I honestly think they're going to deliver with the destructive environment with Xbox One X. I think that this game right now is getting ridiculed and just pretty much bashed for being what it is, what it's always been. And that's so funny to me, because if someone said, it's just like what my grandma used to tell me, yo, if a person shows you that they're a duck, you can't tell them that they are a alligator. Nigga, they're a duck. There ain't nothing else that you can change them. This game has literally showed you its stripes. It is an open world mayhem game, self-shaded, and you can see the growth with the self-shade in CrackDown 3. I just wish that people would honestly take their time and focus on what's really important when it comes to gaming, and that's gaming, entertainment. These games should not be bashed or ridiculed, because it ain't about just the game, it's about someone's creation that you're jumping down. These people take their time, hard-earned time, like losing days with their family, you know what I'm saying, not spending time with their kids, just to provide entertainment for us as gamers. Yes, it's a career. Yes, but it's also, in my opinion, gaming isn't something that simple. It comes with a passion.
Maybe you'd like to be the one that breaks the bad news to him.
And this game right now is getting bashed and possibly would not sell due to, you know, the influences of negative people that I don't know for whatever reason. I'm not saying Zaire and them are negative or nothing like that, because I don't want nobody to get that misconstrued or anything. I'm saying YouTubers in general, because at the end of the day, YouTubers have a bigger impact in gaming community than the companies have at some point right now, because we give out we give out an opinion that many may follow. And if you're giving out this spur, you know, this negativity that this game is bad, and you know, that's just missing out on a great video game. Because at the end of the day, this game is really dope. The main focus was multiplayer with CrackDown 1 and 2. If you ever played it was one of the best experiences ever. Many people didn't even pay attention or focus on single player like that when this game came out. And CrackDown visual.
Right here on the monitor. Here we go. So talk us through this, gents. I want to hear from you about what we're seeing and how this relates to what people can play here at E3.
So yesterday you saw a short clip of a playthrough, but this is actually one of my playthroughs. Right. So this was one of my highest scoring playthroughs. At the end of our show floor demo, you get a rating. You get 5, out of 5 orbs. This is a 5-orb playthrough, about 26,000 points. One of the highest we've seen. I'm curious to see if people on the show floor can beat it.
Stop showing off.
Yeah, it is my game.
Hashtag humble brag right there.
But tell me more about that. So you're actually doing kind of a competition on the booth here, right?
Exactly. So this is our Skills for Kills challenge. You can see the timer up in the top left. Yep. You have 10 minutes. And so it's all about collecting orbs, about using the weapons to create chaos, find the bad guys, kill them, mess with the gang boss organizations, the things that they care about in the world, and do that as fast and as crazy as you can to get the highest score.
All right, so immediately I can see that you're collecting some orbs in here, which I love. It just speaks to the old school CrackDown fan in me so much. How much fun is it, like, working on orbs, placing orbs, chaining them together? It must be amazing.
It is. It's so much fun. And
That's right.
Orbs were there to get players on the rooftops and get them exploring vertically. And this franchise is known for its verticality.
Yeah.
And our city is not only more than twice as large just in terms of raw footprint, but our tallest building is almost twice as tall as the tallest building in the original CrackDown. So we have way more places to put orbs.
All right, now you're getting skills in exchange for kills as well, right? You're leveling up this agent. Tell us about that. How does it work?
So you'll see. So what I just did there, I was punching that plunger. So that belongs to one of the crime bosses. So that belongs to a crime boss that's responsible for the chemical manufacturing. Doing that pisses him off. It screws with his production. It slows down his production. If I do that enough, he'll actually retaliate. He'll send troops after me, and then if I can continue to deal with his troops, I might even be able to pull him out in person and fight him directly. And those fights are dynamic. They can happen anywhere based on where I was when I really pissed him off. Now, everything you do earns orbs. So you'll see every time I kill a bad guy, when I punch that plunger, I got all of those orbs. So you're constantly leveling up as you do that.
All right, tell us about the visual style we're seeing here, right? The graphics and the style that you're going for with Crackdown.
Yeah, so the first Crackdown games had a very distinct style.
Yeah.
And they helped to pioneer what we call the visual graphic novel style that you see now. And the team at Sumo Digital has done such an amazing job of bringing that style forward, but with the beauty of 4K, it's allowed us to do so much more. The agents in particular, especially now, at this point, Clint's got his super suit on. He's leveled up quite a bit here. So you can see the absolute amount of detail in these suits. It's phenomenal.
Nice. It feels authentically Crackdown. But to your point, it's like it's taken to the next level. You're using the power of the console just now, and Xbox One X as well. Yep. How much extra power has that given you to really amp things up, to step up the boom even further?
An immense amount. I mean, we play a lot, and we have to play. We play back and forth both in 1080 and in 4K, and the difference is when you make that jump to 4K, it's undeniable. It is not a thing where you need them side by side or anything like that. You can absolutely tell the difference.
All right.
The other thing that's amazing for us is we're able to create a city that's twice the size of the first game.
Whoa.
And the tower that's in the center of our map is twice as tall as the tower from the first game. So it's not only allowed us to go outwards with our expansion, but it's allowed us to go up even higher, because verticality drives this game.
Phenomenal. Well, we've just seen some ridiculous weapons going on here. Sorry, I was so distracted.
And
the beach balls.
Yeah, and beach balls as well.
Everything in our world is physical. So we have these monorail lines that run all across the city. There's a crime boss that owns the monorail stations and the lines.
These crime bosses are very enterprising.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you piss him off enough, he'll bring in a turret that'll actually follow you through the world on that rail, but everything's physical. So you can actually pull those carriages off the rails and throw them at people, and when you destroy them, right now they produce all those beach balls. That was a physics test object for us that we ended up just kind of falling in love with, so we left it in.
Now this weapon right now, you were telling me about this yesterday. What's this weapon called?
So this is the Singularity Gun.
Right.
So this creates a black hole, and because everything is physical in Crackdown, it can suck in all the objects, suck in enemies, weapons, it can suck in cars, and then it sends them blasting outward.
Or monorails.
Or monorail carriages.
Look at that!
And so I'll do it again here, and you can see just how much fun you can have with that weapon as things are exploding around you. And again, like, Crackdown's this game where we give the players tools, and then they create their own chaos, they create their own path through this game, and that makes it completely unique to them, and that's just one of the ways you can do it now.
Now, one of the things I really remember about the first Crackdown was it felt like one of the first truly open world playgrounds that you could really go anywhere and do anything you wanted to. And even from this demo, I'm seeing this is a huge area that you're exploring here. Like, give us a sense of that open world and the freedom that it gives you.
Yeah, I mean, so we opened up a pretty large area of the map for E3. We wanted people to be able to play around. Because these agents move so fast and jump so far, we wanted to make sure they had lots of space to play around in. So we've opened up an area that's pretty large overall, but this is also one of the first areas in the game. So what you're seeing here is sort of the economically challenged people of the map. And as you move your way around the map, you're going to encounter chem plants, and you're going to encounter, we've got a casino type district with a full working racetrack on it, and you're going to encounter high rises and farms. There's an intense amount of just sheer diversity in the visuals that you see as you work your way around the map. So it's really nice just to be able to have that. We're showing a small section here, but it's a small section, and even as you see, there's a lot of real estate in this small section of our map.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the kind of open-ended nature of Crackdown. Yeah. For us, it was really important to preserve that. So the entire city is available from the beginning. It's all about taking down Terra Nova, this criminal empire. The goal is to get to the Kingpin. You can go for the Kingpin the moment you jump into the game if you want. It's going to be really, really hard because you won't have leveled up. The Kingpin will have all of their reinforcements from the rest of the empire, but you can do it if you want.
People find a way to do it.
They will. We're excited to see how people figure it out.
Crackdown was really one of the pioneers of open world gaming. Like, what have you learned from other open world games since that you've been able to implement in Crackdown 3?
Well, I think it goes back to just actually being an open world game.
Yeah.
I think so many open world games, and look, I love open world games, but many of them, you have mission start points, and if you leave the mission area, you fail, and they kind of close the player in and try to tell you how you. So again, the monorail station is owned by a different crime boss.
Yeah.
And there's an enforcer hardpoint there, and I know that there are a bunch of bad guys there. That's owned by one of the major characters in the game. if I can get there, I can kill these guys. Not only can I get orbs for taking them out, but I can get orbs for actually completing this part, pissing that gang boss off by taking out this area, and then I'm going to move on to something else. But you'll notice I have some crazy weapons with me. My primary, right now I have the shotgun, which is great for close range. That's people blasting off rooftops. My primary there is what we call the micro missile launcher. Yeah. It's essentially a fully automatic assault rifle that shoots rockets.
Why not?
And my third slot there is of course the Singularity, which is my favorite. For the show floor demo, these weapons are all over the map, but they're on the rooftops. We wanted encourage players to go up, to collect orbs, climb up, find the crazy weapons, and these are really the keys to hitting those the best scores.
Can you encounter a boss in this demo?
No, so we just wanted to make a skills for kills challenge. We wanted players to go around and mess with the different parts of the crime boss's organization. So these hard points, you saw a garage that I took out earlier, the monorail station. We are showing some more of the boss stuff in behind closed doors, and I think you'll be seeing more of that soon.
All right, something to look forward to. Right, we're in our last